Dear subscribers, welcome to my channel. My name is Nadia. My channel is called English Stories Told by Nadia. I have already made 8 videos in Russian talking about different aspects of my life in the UK, but I've been repeatedly asked by my English friends if I could do an English version. I'm a bit shy about doing it in English because I'm not a native speaker, but I believe in what people think, and my friends' opinion do matter. So, once again, welcome to my channel. Please like, subscribe, and share. And let's begin. Our first topic is about my first days in the UK. My daughter and me, we relocated to England in July 2010, and nothing or little did we know about the local life. I used to come here to the business trips, and I was pretty convinced that I do know local life pretty good. That was really wrong. Um, so we'll be talking about the first days and what I find difficult to deal with. So, first of all, the first shock was for my daughter, who was 8 years old back then. And as I told already, there was a beginning of July. And in Russia, school holidays begin on 1st of June and last up till 31st of August, which is not the case in England for primary and secondary schools. Usually the summer holidays, 6 weeks summer holidays, start from the end of July and finish at the beginning of September. So it was pretty difficult to find a uniform for my daughter because there was time when the academic year was about to finish, so there weren't too many things she needed. So we needed to run and check on Marks and Spencer, Sainsbury's, Tesco, Asda, Morrison's to make sure she had everything she needed for school. And once she had started school, I realized it was difficult for me to do all these journeys because the town called Somme near Ely, where we lived, is quite lone village sort of town. And because the public transport, you can't rely on it, we had to walk. And I used to do 4 walks every day. And to begin with, it was all good fun, and I wanted to lose some weight. But then I realized it was pretty impossible to do because overall I've been doing 12 miles a day and it was pretty exhausting. So, 6 weeks since my daughter started her school, I finally got my car, automatic Toyota Yaris. And I was pretty happy to drive it, even though it was pretty shocking for me to use another side of the road and mentally change the layout of the road. Um, there were so many cases when I was touching the curb and was doing all these crazy things. And I'll tell you more about it in my next video when I'll be talking about how to pass driving test in the UK. So anyway, uh, that's enough about the driving experience. And what else? I think in the first few weeks or days, I couldn't get an idea of how to plan my life. Say, for example, I was dropping my daughter at school in the morning and I needed to get her um, at 3 p.m. And once I drove to Cambridge, and there were a few traffic jams on the way there and on the way back. And it was pretty scary if I had enough time to come back to my town and collect her from school. So when I got to Cambridge, I was so tired and exhausted by the whole driving experience in a foreign country for me. that I decided to go to the coffee shop in the um, mall there. And when I got to the coffee shop, probably I didn't pronounce correctly, and I was asking for English breakfast as a type of tea, and they probably didn't hear what I was saying, and they asked me to pay £6, and that was pretty suspicious because in average the cup of tea costs, I don't know, 150 or £2 or 250 pounds max, and £3 or £4 per a teapot. So a few minutes after, they brought me full English breakfast at the mill with two sausages, two bacon rashers, uh, potato stuff, mushrooms, tomatoes, beans as well. And I was looking at this massive plate thinking, for God's sake, I was so thirsty. And instead of getting a cup of tea, I got like a massive meal. Of course, I ate it. The temptation was too big to avoid. Um, and then I approached the till lady and asked, "Excuse me, I don't speak really good English. Could you please tell me what should I order next time for the drink, English tea as a drink, to arrive?" And she had a giggle and she said, "You have to ask for a cup of tea rather than just for tea." And then when they say, "Yes, of course," you could say whether it should be green tea or black tea or a cup of tea with milk or milk alternative like coconut or oat milk. That's up to you. So that was the first funny story when the knowledge of language didn't help me at all to place such an easy order. That was quite a good lesson. And if I ever decide to write a book about my English life in the UK, I'll definitely include this story into the book. Um, so yes, that's it for now. I think the first video shouldn't be overwhelming or boring. I hope you like, comment and share. For those of you who will be actively taking part in the comments below, I'll be doing the prize draw after every single video, so please do comment, don't be shy. And also remember that I will always welcome constructive criticism. All my Cambridge and London friends are more than welcome. Native speakers, please do correct my English, because I think if you don't speak, you don't do mistakes. And it's important for me to stay tuned and be as much comfortable conversationist as I can. Of course, I'm not a native speaker. I'm not pretending I'm the best talkative person in the universe, but I try my best. And please do realize that English is not my mother tongue. I do speak Russian and French as well. So be kind to me. Don't blame me for anything. I try my best. And anyway, have a good weekend and see you next week. Bye.